Kelly and I had a conversation today. We really were, because we're friends, right? And we're holding each other accountable. And sometimes what that means is we have to even raise our game, even with the people that we love. And that's really why I'm so excited about talking about mindset. And also, we're going to talk a little bit about the bridge between mindset and metabolism, like why those two double M's together. And, we can dig in on anywhere. But Kelly, what's your take on mindset and how we bridge that gap into our metabolism, how that's affected by mindset?
I mean, listen, our mindset is everything, right? So our thoughts become our actions, they become our habits, everything centers around what we think in the day. And until we gather a hold of what are we thinking? Are we thinking the right thoughts? Are we stuck? We have to go back and really think about what we're thinking. And it sounds super easy. And I think a lot of people just don't spend the time and think about what they're thinking. But they question why their habits are the way they are, or why they're overweight, or why nothing's working for them. But
like why their marriages suck,
right?
Or why they're not getting along with their children, right? So there is a bridge, and we talked about this because I was on your Faith and Fuel,
right?
Yeah. So, and basically, when we look at it, right, we look at our unconscious thoughts, right? 90% of the game is unconscious. Whoa! When I first heard that statistic, that's out of crazy.
That's high.
And then there's 10%, which is our conscious mind.
Right.
And so what is the bridge between the two? And I would love to just dig into that a little bit. And then Kelly, you just join in and chime in. So what is the way we become more conscious of our unconscious thoughts? Because oftentimes those false beliefs, the BS, I'm too fat, I'm too old, I'm not worthy of being loved. Oh boy, we've all experienced it. Kelly, we've talked about it. I've shared some really pretty intimate things with you. I've shared it with the audience about my own challenges with self-doubt and self-loathing. I'm real that it was self-loathing. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
Right? Even Kate, can I even say, even fear, letting fear creep in, those are still thoughts that are saying, be fearful of that. You should worry. What does that ever get us at the end of the day? It keeps us stuck. And we're here to help you get unstuck. And we work on it ourselves listen, Kate and I, we are not perfect. We're never here to say anything like that. But, I think even fear can grip us in our goal setting, in our thinking, and what we are capable of. So, it's tying that all in. I just wanted to mention the fear thing because I think fear it's a big part of why we stay stuck.
And I love the acronym of FEAR, false evidence appearing real. Right? So we're thinking this belief system is a rewind and repeat of unworthiness, right? And I just want to share, just one quick thing. So how do we build the bridge between the two, between the unconscious and the conscious? This is the secret sauce. Are you ready? Ba-dum-bum. Asking powerful questions. We are not built in our society to ask ourselves and ask each other powerful questions. And that's really what my work is as a high performance coach.
Yes.
Is I am stepping in to ask the powerful questions that most people are shaking in the knees to ask, either ourselves or to ask it of other people. So that's a big step. And another piece of that bridge is faith. Like for me, I'm a faith-filled human. Kelly?
Faith-filled human.
You're right. And what does that mean? Well, I don't care naturally like what your religious affiliation is. I believe there are many paths to God or whatever you want to call it. I honor all of them. But what I am saying is that we do have to have in my belief system, and I could be wrong, that there is a force, there is a calling in your heart that was imprinted in your heart that is unique, that is beautiful, that was only given to you. So in what way are you honoring that? And in what way are you perhaps diminishing that to live within your highest and best self? Oh boy, I know this one so well, almost makes me sick because I know I lived in this, you know, I lived in this experience of diminishment. How about you? How about any of
Definitely.
you out there listening? Do you, or have you lived in a place of diminishment, of self-diminishment?
And actually, you should ask yourself again, why is that? And as you're saying this, Kate, I'm thinking to myself, when I do diminish myself, I'm letting others write my story. And I think that's what it's coming down to in a lot of people when they do diminish that and not feel good enough or worthy or whatever they're thinking, the limiting beliefs again, it's you know, once you start doing that and going down that road over and over and over, you are letting other people take over your, who knows, if you were supposed to go one way, maybe God had a plan for you this way and you're diminishing what you think you're capable of. You're letting others pave your path. Do you want to do that? No. So we have to bridge that, what you're saying from the whole thing about this little live we're doing today is trying to help you bridge the gap from the unconscious thinking to the conscious thinking so you can get on that path to greatness. We all deserve it. And no more having other people write our story or being fearful of what we think we're not capable of. So I love talking about this so much.
Me too. It's so awesome. And so just a quick dap into, we're going to drop in just a little bit because, like, listen, this is the truth. Fitness is the thing that we've done. It's our strong foundation, right, Kelly?
Right.
It's like, it's my foundation. Again, I'm not a trainer. I talk about fitness, but more in a general sense of energy and how we use our physical, emotional, spiritual, mental energy. And I just have mastered my energy. It's a place where I have mastery in. I own that, right? Kelly, you too.
Yep.
And the portal into our mastery of energy has been through fitness. So this is why we can talk about it, because we worked our asses off.
Heck yeah, we did.
And to face the ugly, you guys, because to attain mastery in anything on the pathway to mastery is ugly. It's elbows grinding, it's knees bloody, it's knees shaking in fear. It's being able to say, no, thank you, not today. No, that does not work for me.
And I have a quote that we need to live by when it comes to all that. At first it broke me, but then it built me because you can get broken down by all that and then you come out a beautiful blossom if you stay with it and keep showing up.
Keep rolling in the dirt.
Oh yeah.
Something in regards to, I just want to touch into metabolism because it's an important piece of transformation is, well, let's just look at it. How are you fueling your magnificent body that you have, this unique and wondrous vessel that we were all birthed into, and its bumps and bruises and curves and dimples and what we view as our imperfections, because we all feel them and we all try to hide them. Oftentimes those are actually the places where we are most beautiful, FYI. So just when we're talking about that, what are the ways that we're fueling? Now, listen, if we are living in the unconscious mind, if our mindset is negative, then guess what? Cortisol is up, cravings are up. And how are we fueling the body when we have higher stress or we're not living a life of integrity? And this is one of the places that I'll always play. I'll never give anyone a diet. I just don't, because the conversation is, where are you out of alignment? Like, what is affecting you holding on to extra weight or not having the motivation or the drive or the commitment or the desire to exercise or move your body, right? So it's an important piece to look at the stressors and how that directly affects your metabolism.
It directly affects the metabolism, 100%. And people say to me all the time, you know, Kelly, well, mine's broken. Well, I just want to give you hope right now for anybody that thinks their metabolism is broken. Your metabolism can be repaired with the work you put in. So no matter how old you are or what you're coming from or coming out of right now, where you're starting, it's a start. And if you want to repair your metabolism, you start in the mindset. Why do I want to repair my metabolism? And then you move into the next step. It's one step at a time. So, I mean, I know about Kate and I, we talk about repairing our mind, and it's a constant, it's a daily, we have to work on it every single day, right? But Kate, I just wanted to say that because people say to me a lot that they don't think they can ever come back or lose the weight or, it's over, Kelly. And I just want to give you hope that the way you fuel that vessel that God gave you, like she said, is everything. So why are you choosing to fuel it with the unhealthy processed things that are just breaking it down over and over and over and over? You'll never repair it if you're not fueling properly. So it takes
but the disruption of that pattern is really what I want to dig into, right? Because we can be like, I don't know why I keep doing it. Because the body craves it unconsciously. So just understand that there is a part of you that gets taken over by craving. If you look at the chemistry of the brain, cravings are actual biochemical responses when we look at the neuroscience, right? So feeling like I don't know why I'm doing that. Yeah, because we've created these new pathways, neurological pathways in our brain for cravings. So we really have to have an understanding of the why and then creating the positive habits to support it. But understand it's not something that you should be blaming or shaming. No. It is the actual brain gets hijacked by your cravings, by dopamine response oftentimes, right? So this is an important conversation. If any of you have not tuned into Andrew Huberman, doctor, he's a PhD neuroscientist. He's brilliant. Check him out. He provides great information in layman's terms, and he is passionate. He also interviews a lot of people in regards to fitness and nutrition, and that's why I love him so much. Andrew Huberman, Huberman. Check him out on YouTube for sure. If you're interested in really getting a greater understanding of the why and what's happening with your brain and your body chemistry to lead you into cravings, and you want better understanding, so what? So you can change, right? So you can disrupt and hack the process. And I just quickly, I have a program that I'm releasing soon called Hack Your Brain for a Better Body, because it really does start here, right? And here, obviously, we have to know the why from our heart, but we also need a greater understanding of the process and how we can hack our brain to. And
I want to add to that. Somebody said, I think yesterday, it's so wild that we're talking about this, which we knew we were anyways, but when you're trying to break a habit or those cravings that are just so strong, that what you explained, it is science, and Kate understands that better than I do and can explain it better. But in order to just make one small move forward, you have to realize the environment you're in. If you cannot get better in a sick environment. So, and that's what I don't know if I read it, and it made so much sense to me that if I drive by the same Starbucks, which I always got my sugared caramel frappuccino and I had good feelings and I felt so warm and fuzzy inside, and you drive by it all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, your brain is like, just go get the thing. You don't even think about it. You get in the drive-thru, you order the thing, you feel like crap after. You have to remove yourself from that, maybe go a different way. Take a different road so you're not putting yourself in the situation. And
that's a hack, right?
Yes, it's a hack. And I wanted to
gotta disrupt.
Disruption.
Yeah. And as much as it's like, and I'm laughing about it because like I'd be crying about it too at the same time, right? Because you think about it, it's like, oh my gosh, we're like sheep following our craving.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right. And it's nuts, you guys. And the reason why I laugh is because we have to find humor in it. Because if we're always in a position of beating ourselves up over something we keep doing, and I'm a loser and I suck, this is legit the way people talk. I recognize it was me, 2 hands up. Okay. Yeah. I am full disclosure. I've been there and done that. Why'd I do it? I suck. I can't control anything. I'm out of control, right? Anyone relate?
2 hands up for that one.
Right. So it's exactly right. Is what are the ways that we disrupt patterns of behavior? And that's exactly right, Kelly. It's like, what are the ways that you can disrupt your environment?
Yes.
And infuse a sense of humor around yourself, because you have to. You're going to just beat yourself up. You're going to go nowhere. We have to start with self-honoring and self-love and educate yourself. Yes. Educate yourself. Yes. Be curious. Stay in the curiosity.
The more you know, the more you can grow and the more you can change. And, you know, you don't do it all at once. It's just taking that small step. What's keeping me back? What's keeping me? Why is my metabolism not working right? Why can't I lose weight? We'll take the first step. That's all. It's baby steps. We'll say that every time too, because people get so overwhelmed with this stuff that they're doing everything wrong. And I'm negative talk, and they give up. They're overwhelmed. So think about one thing that you can change this week, right now. Maybe over the weekend, do something differently. Get yourself in a new environment this weekend if you're self-sabotaging, you know, and you just have to. You have to make those decisions. No one's going to do it for you. It's up to you.
And you got it, right? We have to claim it.
Right.
We have to claim it. And it's hard. Like, you know, again, I'm not going to say this is all like roses and sunshine, right? But it's so worth it, you guys. That's what I want to say. You're so worth it. You are so worth it. And we're here. We're doing this just because we care, right? It's like, I'm dragging my butt through this Friday. I competed last weekend. I'm creating all kinds of product and client service in my high performance clients and speaking, all these things. But I'm like, nah, I got to come on Facebook Live. Kelly and I are committed. So I'm committed to you. I'm committed to your great transformation. We are committed together. And of course, our sister friend, Linda, is going to be tapping back in with us too, as we've created this foundational fitness sisterhood that talks about all things living in to the greatness of you. So this is the foundation of fitness, but I talk about neuroscience. I talk about mindset. I talk about heart set. I talk about healing. You know, Kelly, she talks about love. She talks about what it means to have a rich and delicious relationship. How do we jack out our marriages and our intimate relationships, make them yummy, and owning it, owning why we're here.
Right.
You love how I just planted that?
I love that. I love how you just planted that. We want you to just get addicted to the climb. Get on the climb. You can't go backwards. You have to keep going forward and upward. And that's it.
Yeah. Right. Amen. And it's the same way that it's like that word addicted, right? It's the same way that we look at obsession. Like, why is obsession such a bad thing? Get obsessed with your best self.
Yes.
It's like get addicted to the feeling of good, of love, of growth, of understanding, of clarity, right? Those are words that are worth getting addicted to and of getting obsessed with. You know, I so much of my life, I felt like I had to explain away why I had such big energy or why I was so curious or why like that's a negative thing. I'm like, what the hell was I drinking? What kind of Kool-Aid did I drink to think that I had to think it was negative, that I was a positive and enthusiastic person?
Own it.
That's weird, right?
No, that's your superpower. You have to. You're owning the extraness of you. And that's you. And that's your superpower. I say it all the time too. Own your superpower. You might be extra for someone, but you're not for someone, you know, like you're never going to make the person happy. You know, all the people, I should say, you're never going to make all the people happy.
No,
but it all comes down to you and your God. And that's it.
Yeah. And who are you here to serve?
Right.
Because I can promise you this I can promise you that there is someone waiting for you that needs to hear your story. And it could possibly save their life.
Right.
So I just want you guys to know that that's how important. There is a urgency to this work. Now has been is the most important time for us to live into our authentic selves. And so I'm just calling that out. I'm holding the space for you, and I'm here for you. You know, I'm Kate McKay, and I'm super proud to be in this space with Kelly and holding this space and honoring you. And I'm just so happy to be here. So thank you so much. And we'll be back in a couple weeks
Yes.
And we're going to continue to dig into what does it mean to have a solid foundation, and what do we build from this beautiful solid foundation when we are managing our energy, when we're living with a greater sense of clarity, and when we have really that sense of like, I'm living a productive life. And productive isn't just checking off a list. Productive is I'm living in my deep sense of meaning. And we all deserve that for sure.
Yes, we do. And if anybody has any questions or wants us to talk about something specific or answer something, please reach out to us. I'm Kelly Tyan, and you can reach out to me or Kate McKay. So thank you so much.
And Kelly, just tell a little bit about what you got going on coming up if people want to play.
Well, this is the last opportunity to start my 8-week coaching program that starts on Monday. And it is about a reset. Everything we just talked about is resetting our metabolism, our mindsets, our habits. We're just digging into that. It's not a diet plan. However, nutrition is part of it because we've got to base all the foundation on what we're fueling our body with. So that's my 8 weeks. If you want to get in, just go to kellytyan.com. And also, if you haven't grabbed my book yet, Addicted to the Climb, head over to Amazon. If you need some courage and strength to keep you on climbing in your own life with a big dose of faith. So that's where you can find me or tap into my amazing resources that I create
and awesome knowledge. And we want you to join into our climb as we raise our games. Again, I have a program coming out that's hack your brain for a better body. And that's a 5-day masterclass that's coming out mid-month. I also have books on Amazon. Claim Your Inner Badass is my Amazon international bestseller. And then I also have a new book coming out called Claim Your Inner Warrior. And that book is especially for men and the women that love them. And I'm looking forward to sharing that as well.
Can't wait.
So yeah. And thank you so much for everyone for joining us. We really appreciate you. We're here for you and we love you.
Yes.
And we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Every 2 weeks. Mark your calendar. Thanks, guys.
All right. Take good care, everyone. And we shall see you soon. Ciao for now.
Bye.